Alright guys, I wanted to do a quick video tutorial in case you missed the in-class demo of how to do non-destructive editing using Photoshop. You should have completed the sandwich activity already, and if you didn't use layer masks, then that's considered destructive editing. And I'm going to show you how to use layer masks so that you can apply non-destructive editing. So first things first, you want to look at this assignment here, the Photoshop selections plus layer masks. You want to scroll down until you find this image right here. So click on it once and then hit download image so that you can get the full res. Don't just right click and save because that's a really bad low quality image. So once you do that, open up Photoshop, go to open, look for your image you just downloaded. And so we're going to use selection tools to cut this person out of their original backdrop and then put them in a different background. So for this one, I'm going to try to see if I can use the object selection tool first. And it looks like it does a pretty good, oh no, it's trying to cut her out in separate pieces. So that won't work. Let's try quick selection tool. And I'm going to increase my brush size. Remember, the brackets on your keyboard should allow you to resize your brush. And I'm just clicking a couple times to, oh, I hate these AI boxes that pop up. Continue adding to my selection. I'm going to decrease my brush here. Okay. I'm seeing that some of her dress is getting cut, but I can fix that here in a bit. Alright, so this is a good general starting point for a selection. I see the marching ants. I do see her hair is going to get cut off, but we'll try to salvage that in a minute. Now, the easiest way to do this without any retouching and it might look bad is once you have a selection, you can actually come to your layers panel and see the layer mask tool down here. It's also now in newer versions located right on this bar here, and it's basically a square with a circle in the middle. If you click on that, it's going to cut whatever is not within the marching ants. So that's the easier way to do things. Like when we were doing a sandwich, it doesn't really matter, but since we have people here, I'm going to undo that. And I want to refine her hair and then some of the areas here. So to do that, you want to go over to the top in your options bar and look for the select and mask. It brings you to the select and mask menu. You'll notice that your layers are gone. Your tools got reduced to be pretty simple. And your view might look something like this or something like that. It depends on what the settings are. I like to go to my view tab on the top left here, and my preference is onion skin. You could even change the color of the backdrop, but for this one, because the background's pink, I'm going to try to do on layers here. So I can see that my hair is getting cut off here. One of the cool features that Photoshop has is the refine hair option. So I'm going to increase my brush size here. Oh. But I'm going to go to refine hair. And it did a pretty good job about bringing that back naturally. I can still go in here and add more of it, but I'm going to do refine hair one more time. It's a little ghosted, so in my tools panel, I'm going to go look for the brush tool here. I'm going to make sure it's set to plus, and I'm going to increase my brush size here. And I'm just going to add some of her hair here, carefully, of course. I can also grab this middle brush tool, and it does pretty good about selecting some of the hair, but it might make some of it transparent. So you switch back to your regular brush tool as often as you can. Okay, so that looks good. I can often also soften this. There we go. So see, some of her hair over here was getting cut off. Okay, the dress is being cut off, so I'm going to actually bring the hardness back up on my brush to bring the shirt back. And I added a bit too much of the background, so I'm going to switch over to my minus brush to delete some of that selection. So when you're doing fine editing, you're switching between the add and delete brush tool to clean up your selection, so nobody can really tell that this has been altered. Okay, so once you're happy with the way everything looks, again, what I wanted to teach you is that you have refining hair, you have these selection tools to help you clean up your selections, and then you have the add to selection and delete from selection. You have different views here as well. This is like a good one to see what is actually being cut off. Cool. You have additional settings over here that you can play with. If you see that your selection's pretty rough, you can increase the smoothness. Nothing too drastic, because I'll show you what increasing this all the way might look like. It's even taking a while to load it. Sometimes you'll see that it starts to cut into your selection, like here for example, but increasing this to like 1 or 5 isn't a bad thing. That I actually got cut off on my own, so I'm bringing that back. Feather is softening edges, so again, sometimes that's helpful, other times not so much. I'll show you what that looks like if you increase it all the way. Like nothing gets selected. Halfway, this starts to get very blurry, but and something minimal wouldn't hurt, especially for hair. Contrast again makes the edges a little bit sharper. I don't know if you'll be able to see it if I increase this, but yeah, sometimes, oh, you'll see it in the hair. The edges are too rough and messes up the hair selections we just made. The shift edge is talking about adding to your selection, so we might, if I shift this over to the right, it's going to plus 100. You'll see that it'll bring in some of the background color around the edges here. So that's plus 100. If you were to take this to the negative side, it starts to cut into your selection. So use this one wisely. But other than that, that looks good. I'm going to hit OK, and now I'm going to hit the layer mask. So you'll notice that every edit that we made should be saved once we create that layer mask. And then all we're going to do is put her in a new background. So I think I just asked for a solid color. So you could grab the rectangle tool. I'll just leave it. Let's try this color for now. And then we'll just move it to the back. Okay, so that is basically selections. You know you did it right because your layer mask appears right next to your picture as black and white. And the cool thing is that you can still come into your layer mask and then adjust anything. But this is what we're going to do together in class. Your job after you do this one is to save this because you've got practice. Then you're going to go to pexels.com or unsplash.com, or you can use Google and find your own image. Just make sure that the image has a subject in the image or in the picture that you're going to cut out. Trying to find one really quick because I know I had a couple. So for me, a sample you'll have, I'm going to cut out this pug here, and I'm going to put him in this backdrop here using the steps that we just did to cut out that girl. So you could do a solid background in your exercise or in your challenge assignment, or you could find another image that you're putting in your first subject into. Does that make sense, y'all? But have fun with this one. You have until the end of the class period to cut them out and then put them in a different background. You're going to upload a PSD file. You don't need to export it as anything else. but let me know if you need any help.